Hello, fellow weebs and otakus, another episode of Anime Fix, where you fix for all things anime. I'm Chase.
I'm Lance.
Who
All right,
else do
guys.
we have?
Who else do we have?
Who the double A's?
Right. I'm Adam.
Adam 1 or Adam
Adam.
2?
Adam 1 and Adam 2, so we're going with.
We're gonna have to do AJ and Adam because that's gonna get confusing. Which Adam you talking to?
We can have AJ and A&W root beer. How about that?
Ooh, root beer.
I like that.
Nice. Lance, what are we talking about? What did you I don't know if it was a slog, but like what did you enjoy the last 60, 70 episodes through?
Black Clover.
Black Clover. Such a
Yes.
goated anime. It's like the old school like shonen, like type of style anime of like Dragon Ball Z, of like, Naruto, like it has those same vibes, but just with magic, which is pretty much the same thing as Ki, but we'll just digress.
Well, they even mentioned Key in Black Clover.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Kami,
Yep.
Captain Kami. Yeah, Yami, not Kami.
Close enough.
Yeah. He says at one point, he goes like, yeah, I don't sense their mana. I sense their ki. And he explains, my land ki is all the, the life force energy, comprised of all these things. So yeah, maybe Captain Yami comes from the Naruto, or
Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z.
You've even watched the Dragon Ball Z movie, haven't you?
I watched one movie.
Yeah, that's enough to get hooked.
Yeah.
No,
I give you that.
Good.
Yeah,
but no, this is great. This is the only criticism I have, and it's a stupid nitpick, is the amount of times the main characters will say in an episode, "I'm going to be the Wizard King." I look. It's a 19-minute episode, and you said I'm going to be the Wizard King at least 10 times. So I'm
One Piece wannabes.
You're gonna find
you
the
got
one.
you get another 3 seasons of all of that.
Yeah, 100%.
Are you watching in Japanese or English?
Yeah,
it's English. Yeah.
Lance is a dub stan.
I am a dub stan. I will watch the sub.
That's what I was saying. Ew.
Yeah.
Lance, why do you like the English dub more than like sub? Because I like sub more personally.
I like the dub. It's easier for me. So this was interesting. I would say normally it's easier for me to connect with the voice actor and what they're trying to display, when it's in English versus the sub voice. Like I will admit that the emotion in the Japanese voice actors is generally better.
100%.
But it's still hard for me to connect when I can't, like I have to read the words versus if I hear the words. Now that was what was really weird was, and this might be because it was a Shinkai, but seeing Suzumi in theaters, I thought I purchased the dub. I accidentally they sold me the sub ticket, and when I was in there and then it came up, I was like, oh my god, well I guess we're in this. It was different in theaters. And I think that might just be because I was sitting in the back and I could read the text. I didn't feel like I was losing out on what was happening because the text was massive.
Yeah.
So that might be what it was. That is if I had a much bigger TV, it might be easier for me to enjoy the sub because I won't feel like I'm losing out on what's happening. So that's why.
That's kind of, I don't say weird, but like I don't know. I guess I'm just used to, after like, 10 plus years of just watching anime, reading the sub, I just got used to it maybe. I don't know.
Now I have been turning on. So it was about 30 episodes in. I have been turning on the subtitles for the English dub for
Because of
a
all of you
specific
Asta's
reason.
yelling.
No, not Austin's yelling. Gordon.
Who? Oh, Gordon? Oh, yeah, yeah,
Gordon.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I just
30
gave up.
episodes
I
in,
gave
it
up.
was
I'm like, I have no idea what he's saying.
30 episodes in, I had it on. I forget why, but I had the subtitles on, and then Gordon spoke, and I was like, wait a minute, he's actually saying. I thought it was intentionally just. No, I know what it was. It was because there was an episode where it was very Gordon heavy, and
Oh, yeah.
so I'm like, oh, is he actually saying something? So I turned it on, and it's like, oh my god, he actually is saying something. Then I go, I wonder if he's been saying something this whole time. And he has been. So every time I
Yep.
see Gordon on screen, I pause, I turn on the subtitles so I can see
Leave the
what
subtitles
Gordon's
on.
saying.
Just leave it on in English.
Just leave it on English, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say no?
No, I mean I do leave it on. If I walk away, it turns off. So unless I play episode after episode after episode, the subtitles turn off. So in those situations, I don't turn it back on. But when I do turn it on at once for Gordon, I leave it on. But until I step away again. Yeah, now I leave it. Now I have it on for Gordon because he actually is saying dialogue that I'm missing, and he's a super sweet guy. Like I feel so bad for Gordon that everyone just ignores. It's like, oh, I don't know what he's saying, but he's actually like a low key good friend and cares about everybody.
His
My
character
heart goes.
development through the entire season, through the
Oh,
entire
yeah.
series is amazing. Like, just I mean, each Black Bull is by
Yeah.
far. If you look at them as just being a bunch of misfits, they're really like superb to everybody else. Honestly,
Honestly,
if you
yeah.
wanna, yeah, if you want to look at it that way, because like towards the later seasons before I know 5 comes out, like they did I think season 3 was a whole just character development arc, and it was really cool to see each character individually, and where they came from and how they got to a Black Bull part. But like season 1 was fantastic. So
Yeah. Season 1 was great. With the Black Bulls, and this I mentioned this to you, Lance, as well. Like they're a bunch of misfits, right? But like as like the story progresses, and I'm sure like you've noticed this as season 1's going on. And I don't want to spoil anything for you, but like you've
yeah,
noticed how strong each of the Black Bulls are in their own regard, right? And like they're
Yeah.
putting like Golden Dawn to shame, like, and like they're like if Golden Dawn didn't have, they would be winning in points pretty much at this point.
Oh yeah. I've seen that right now. If they in episode 70 or around there, they were at the Star Festival, and I saw
Oh
where
yeah.
like Black Bulls came in second, and everyone was like, "What? How did the Black Bulls come in second?"
Yep.
Which,
Us just
which
finds
tells
trouble.
me if and you're right, and they specifically call out how is a top earner.
Yeah.
If and Asta weren't where they were, I mean, if wasn't there, Black Bulls would have totally won the whole thing, right? And Asta specifically has helped. I mean, it's obvious, but and the main character, but he is probably the reason that the Black Bulls are where they're at, even not just on his own merits, but also like his ability to motivate his other team members to push past their limits, which is something you hear Yami say all the time. You're like, just you got to push past your limits, and
Shonen
Asta
trope.
has, yeah.
Ultra
And
and My
Yami,
Hero.
Yeah. Plus Ultra, My Hero.
Naruto.
Yeah. Well,
Believe it.
oh, Believe It. Yeah, Believe It's Naruto. What's DBZ again? AJ. Oh, just screaming.
Yeah.
Screaming. Oh my
Just screaming. Just powering up to Super Saiyan 3.
Let's leave the greatest anime of all time.
What is?
One Piece.
DBZ.
Oh, it is
One Piece.
100%. I have a whole tattoo sleeve. It has to be, or this whole arm is worthless.
I feel you, man. I talk to Lance about this all the time. Just listening to your rant about DBZ is fantastic because it was my childhood, and being able to meet Sean Schimmel
Oh
was
my
even better.
goodness. That's amazing.
he signed my 7-star Dragon Ball tattoo.
Oh, he
Yeah.
did? Did you get it tattooed?
Not yet, dude. No, it's
Oh.
been like 5 years, but 6 years.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. He was like, I don't sign skin. I'm like, that's okay, man. Like, I'll
It's
get
okay.
my dude who's here with me to take a photo of it, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, 100%.
But
Oh, man.
Lance, I have a question for you. Out of what you've seen so far, if you want to pick a side character, who's your favorite?
Oh, Lance loves
Side
his side
character, who's
characters.
my favorite?
Any blue-haired girl.
Yes, no, she got white hair. Never mind.
Yeah.
What's
really-
called the girl that
Gray.
can transform? Gray, thank you. Yeah.
Oh,
He loves
Gray,
him
yeah.
some Gray, I bet you.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite side character? So really, all right. So Klaus has really has come out of left field where I kind of really like him. But if I had to pick my favorite side character, it would probably be Luck.
Who?
Oh, Luck.
Luck?
Luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the voice actor of Luck is Deku in My Hero.
Oh, yeah. You haven't watched My Hero yet, have you, Lance?
No, I haven't. There's
yeah.
a lot of the. Oh yeah, this is
what I'm saying.
I'm going to tell you. So I'll share it with you guys here. So at Gen Con, right, there was an anime trivia contest that I went
Oh
into.
my goodness. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to bring up the one. I'm not going to bring up
No,
the one.
bring up the
okay?
one. You need to bring that up.
All right, I'll bring it up. But
Okay,
no,
good.
so like I swear to God, every like 90% of all the questions were like your top 10 of that day. Like he did it over the whole weekend, right? So and he only asked each question once. So once an anime was covered, he never asked a question again across the whole week, and he said that's the general rule. So it gives everyone a fair chance. But of the day I went, 90+% of the questions were like your top most popular anime that I had never seen. I was like, oh my fucking God. I watched so much, and none of it is in the most popular, right? So there was that. But the one fucking question, and the one fucking question I should have gotten, and I froze. Because it was trivia. So what it was is he asked it live, and everyone, you raised your hand, right? So it wasn't like you wrote it on and had a chance to think and write on a piece of paper. You were in front of an audience. He asked a psychopath question, and I swear to God, like I should have known it, and I could like see what it was in my head, but I couldn't form the words, and I was like, Jesus Christ! Like I know it's not this, I know it's not that, but what is the fucking? The question was, what is the numerical? What is the numerical? I think it was, what is the numerical system called to determine someone's likelihood to be a criminal? And I think it's because of the way I'm going to say, if I'm going to, I think he might have phrased it that way to make it more, because like if he had said asymptomatic criminal, because that's what they use in the story, I would have said, oh, it's a crime coefficient. Right, but because he was like, he said like likelihood to being a criminal or something like that, as like the brain didn't register. I was like, oh my God, what is it? I could not remember at all. I was so shamed in front of an audience, of a crowd full of people, that I couldn't remember that, and no one else knew it too. This is the thing. No one fucking else knew it. One person said, "Oh, I think it's this." I said, "No, that's not it," because I knew what it was.
You said it out loud to that person.
I said that out loud. I said, "No, that's not it." But I couldn't fucking remember what the goddamn word was, and so I was so angry. Like Tori's like, Tori, how stressed did I look? And she goes, your face looked visibly distressed. Like I could tell you were.
Yeah, I told Lance he can't have Psychopaths as his favorite anime of all time if he can't get that. Can't get that.
Look, I spent weeks, I spent months looking for manga number 3.
Oh,
in the Inspector Kogami edition that was totally sold, like bought out by resellers, and was selling at $100+ everywhere. I spent months looking for that at a reasonable price. I wouldn't put that effort into something that wasn't my favorite anime. Okay, don't you dare take that away.
I mean, something as simple as crime coefficient. I feel like someone would get that right in trivia, but if that was their favorite anime, I don't know.
Fake
I mean,
fan.
I wouldn't. I would be able to name all the forms of Goku in Dragon Ball Z, but
You told me when you said, "Oh, it was live," you said I would have totally screwed that up too.
I'd never said a word like that.
Yes, you did. I have the text message. I won't. You're right. Oh. But yeah,
Fake fan. Fake fan. Fake
Fake
fan. Not a real
fan.
fake fan.
You're just like psychopaths because it's like an obscure
Because
kind of
it's
anime,
psycho.
not
Because it's
mainstream.
psycho.
Because it's
Because
psycho.
it's psycho.
I bet you would like Mob Psycho, honestly. Any kind of
you know,
anime that has psycho in the
here's
name.
thing. If he had asked me, like, because as I was thinking about that, I was like going like, well, I know what Akane Tsunemori's crime coefficient is. The highest we see it get to like up to 80. Then that's the highest that it's ever been. We see Shinya Kogumi's is around like 220 that we discover in the latter half of season 1 where they're when they're getting ready to fight up against Makashima. Like I could visualize that. Like I could see individual characters crime coefficients, but I couldn't think of the fucking word.
I just love it so much. To go off of the other Adam, you want me to call you Root Beer? Is that what you want me to call you?
I don't really care, man. You can call me Fuzzy for all I care, man. Like that's
Fuzzy.
people call me stream on Twitch and stuff. So
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll call you Fuzzy.
sorry.
I have a question to go off of your question for both Adams. You asked Lance what his favorite side character is. I want to know what both of your favorite side characters are, and kind of like just a short summary of why.
Well,
I mean,
you take it.
okay. Without spoiling anything for Lance, because
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, it's really difficult. Out of the Black Bulls, I will say Gordon.
Gordon, yeah.
Just because his story arc is really fascinating, and the way that he builds on it is wonderful. Now, if I had to step to the side to not spoil anything, side character, I would say leader of the Golden Dawns. I'm trying to remember his name off the top of my head, but I can't.
It's William.
Yeah. William. Again,
that's hard.
Without spoiling anything.
I know. Yeah.
Cool. Just like every part of him is
it's great.
Fast. So
I will say, just so you guys know, I have seen the part where he finally reveals his face when Yami asks him if he thinks he's the leader of the Midnight Sun. He takes it off and I see the scars on his face.
Yeah.
In that brief moment, I'm glad to know that his character is going to get more visibility, because I think it's really cool how he's a commoner too. He's like, he's come from a unfortunate background, and he got handpicked by the current Wizard King to be a captain. So like, we already can see right now how the Wizard King doesn't look at people's station. He actually looks at who they are, what they're willing to do, all that stuff. So I feel like he does have more story to tell, and I'm glad to hear that there is.
Oh yeah, it's pretty wonderful to see exactly how the development on him goes through. So,
definitely super cool.
Continue.
AJ, Booty Warrior.
Yeah. So my favorite side I can't even talk about yet because
I know.
And it breaks my heart. But if there's a part 2 or 3, like when that character is introduced, then. But if I had to say,
did it have a nickname? Because I'm curious what it actually is, though. Or do you have like initial?
No, I mean, I'll just say it's a female character. That's all I'll say.
Oh, okay. I think I know who you're talking about. Like, is it recent?
I mean, no, not even recent. Like,
okay.
I mean, she's in the anime and all that stuff. Like manga wise, no, nobody like that. But
okay.
Recently, but somebody gets introduced later. But if I had to say,
okay. I think I know. Okay.
Badass character. But if I had to say like what Lance is, Charmy.
Charmy, yeah. I like Charmy.
Love Charmy because
Yeah.
like I connect because I like cooking. I
Yeah.
like cooking, and I will get pissed off if I cook some food and somebody ain't ready to eat, and that stuff gets cold. I can relate to that so much, but she's also a badass. Like
Yeah, she is. I like
she
her
puts
character.
God into people, and I'm
Oh
just
yeah.
like so. But yeah, no, yeah. So
Yeah.
I like her. She's a great character.
Yeah.
I
I
was
like her character growth too.
Hmm.
to Charmy. I was really surprised when they had the attack on the Capitol, and she was sitting there. She's like, not even paying attention. I don't care about that. I'm gonna eat this great chef's amazing food, and the chef was basically her brother from another mother. She's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna keep making this amazing food. I'm not worried about zombies attacking. And then that witch comes in, and she's like, you get away from my food. And I heard she gets bigger, and that just decimates her. I was like, holy shit! Like this is a not just some throwaway person. This is like an actual like
Yeah, bro.
bigger character of the Midnight Sun, and she just eliminated her without even trying, all because she thought she
Yeah.
was coming after her food. I was like,
Yeah. Black
imagine
Bulls, man.
oh,
So you have seen Charmy, like you said, get bigger?
yeah. I saw Charmy. She stopped being like this like tiny cutesy little miniature, and she became like sized, and I was like,
I know.
wait, what?
That was a great moment for me. I was like, wow. Like just the way that Black Clover introduces like not transformations, but like true forms maybe, or like power-ups are so like I don't know what the word for it is, but like it comes out of the blue pretty much, and like it surprises you, and I like that.
I feel like the transformations from the characters as far as like leveling up or powering up is kind of genuine for the story. Just I mean, as much as I love DBZ, I feel like their transformations in that series too were genuine, but like sometimes it's let's just talk about like the last movie, for example, Piccolo just going like super Piccolo.
Yeah,
Well,
man, yeah, I
you
know.
know?
I got you.
But yeah, but like in this series, it's they worked their butts off to get there, especially Asta, and
Oh yeah.
it definitely shows over time. Because once you get to season 4, it's like, what happened to the kid in season 1?
Yeah.
You know?
100%.
But it's a great thing to sit here and see. Not only like Charmy, for example, like she's kind of drawn in a chibi form up until the point where I'm gonna just go all out, and now I'm a freaking full blown anime woman, and it's like, okay. And then her powers are phenomenal. You're gonna see the sheep more times than not, than nothing. But like what she has left in her arsenal is like, wow, okay, I'm afraid of you. I don't want to be near you.
Yeah.
She's a dwarf human hybrid.
Yeah.
And I hadn't went like super like backstory from what I can remember with her. But yeah.
It wasn't like they didn't go full backstory.
No, yeah.
That is one thing. So like, I'm aware now about Midnight Sun being, with the exception of Fauna, who might be elf human hybrid. They're elves, right? And then you mentioned there, wasn't aware of that, but that's okay. That Charmy is a dwarf human. So I'm wondering how many more, and we have witches and stuff like. So I'm wondering how much more like mythical creatures identities are we going to see throughout this? Are we going to see like trolls? Are we going to see are they going to see anything else like that, or is it mostly just what we've seen so far? And then
do you want us to spoil it for you?
No, don't spoil it. Make his ass keep working for it.
100%. Except if it's One Piece, then please spoil everything at least past East Blue, so I can get through this.
Dude, I can do that in a separate call for you, baby.
And also, like, I'm wondering how many so like it should have been obvious, but it wasn't until like a few episodes ago. So so I know there was a Diamond Kingdom, but there's also a
Oh,
Spade Kingdom. And so there's Iris mentions, oh yeah, the Diamond and Spade Kingdoms. And I'm like, okay, so we have Clover, Diamond, Spade. So is there a Heart Kingdom? Like, is this just
Yes.
basically
It's
a
like
deck
a
of
Yeah.
deck of
cards?
yep, deck of
Yeah.
cards.
Um, is there any other king? So I'm very interested in where seeing more about the universe, the universe
Oh
and what
yeah,
other
you will.
kingdoms.
So yeah, it'll
Um,
expand out
It'll expand
later
out for sure.
episodes. So yeah, I would keep watching. Like I
Yeah,
said, if you don't have time for it, just read it.
I know I fell onto Black Clover last year and got maybe 3 or 4 episodes into it, and I watched it in Japanese, but like I was working in the car industry, so like I never get the chance to like just sit down and watch it. So I stopped and I picked it up again this year, and I blew through 4 seasons in like 2.5 months. So to finally get up to season 4, it was like, okay, this is cool. And then ending season 4, I was like, there's a lot of Naruto resemblance here.
A lot of what you
But
said?
Naruto, it
Yeah.
like Black Clover reminds me a lot of Naruto. Like
Oh yeah, it does.
scene for scene, it's ridiculous. But yeah, the stuff that you see later on, it starts expanding and exploring and explaining more of what you're asking there, Lance. It's really cool to see. So
What do you
Yeah.
guys watch Black Clover on? Are you watching on like Netflix?
I watch it on Hulu.
On Hulu.
Crunchyroll.
Okay, because
Um,
yeah, when you guys are saying like season 4, like I watched it like when it first started like coming out.
Same.
Like I've watched it all the way through on Crunchyroll, and Crunchyroll it's just one big
Yeah,
season.
just
It's
one
not
big season.
split up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's like season 1, 170 episodes. I'm just
Yep.
like,
Yeah.
so that's
Yeah.
why when Chase, when
I
I was
just look it
asking you how
up.
far we were going
Yeah.
with the
That's why.
discussion.
That's why I just said like up to Veto, but like Lance. So up to Veto, I think it's like what Lance
Mm.
like 50 episodes, and then like you're like 20 episodes into season 2 from like what it shows online.
So Veto is the Veto fight was.
Let's talk about that.
I don't even know where to begin. Like, there's so many. I mean, there's so many different levels of that fight, and cascading escalation. I will say that that's when I truly like. I know part of the story. He's gonna. I don't know. Maybe he will be the Wizard King. Maybe he won't be. Or maybe he'll have a different angle. I don't want to know. But it was in that episode or that series of episodes where I was like, oh my god, I actually believe Asta can be the Wizard King because of how head to head he went against Veto, despite being underpowered, if you will. Like I will say, I think his weapons are probably the best weapon in the entire universe because they nullify. It doesn't matter how powerful you are, they will nullify you. The only limit they have right now is where Asta's at and his ability to use them effectively. So like his fight against Veto, I was honestly more scared of Asta. If I would have been more scared of Asta than Veto because of just how weak he was in that. That's that's my initial thoughts on it. What do you guys want to say or have to say?
Loved it.
Okay.
I mean, being the end of the season 1 arc for just a massive fight like that. You thought Mars was pretty good. The fight with Mars in the dungeon was great, but like the ending.
Oh, that's his name. I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah. Think of Mars like the candy bar. So that's kind of how I remember it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Meadow fight was 10 times better.
Yeah. Yeah, that was like the first time that I actually realized how strong Yami is. Like,
Oh yeah.
like you don't see Yami fight that often, really, until that fight, and then you see like the first time he uses the dark side slash or like dimension slash, right? And you're like, oh, he can make another dimension. Okay, it's just a cool moment to actually see like how good a captain can, impact a fight. And then like I was telling Lance this too, like when Lance just finished the Mars fight, right? I
Mhm.
was telling Lance like if pretty much if any captain was down there, it would have been an easy fight. And then
Absolutely.
and Lance is like, "Oh, really?" Like he didn't really like realize like Mars was very insignificant because I was like any captain could probably easily take 10 regular Magic Knights in my opinion.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's kind of proven during the zombie thing at the Clover Kingdoms. You know, you got Legoleon, um, Yami. I don't think he fights in that one if I can recall, but Flagoleon was pretty cool to see like
Yeah.
go hand toe to toe with some of those guys too.
Yeah.
Which I was gonna ask, I know I said side character, but like as far as captains that you've seen so far, like who would be a favorite captain right now? I mean, I'm gonna say
I
William is probably one.
Leon. Yeah, like 100% Fuego Leon. And I think, and what really like hit me about him is like, and I know this is going to be ongoing, but like the sort of like the pretentious, like, oh, you don't use magic, you're just, you're less than. But like when Fuego Leon like goes, man, I wish I had the insight that Captain Yami had when he picked you, because I can
Mm,
see now why he brought you into his crew.
yeah.
And like someone in his station being able, being able to, yeah, I mean, yeah, he's probably a little bit pretentious, but he's still like I think he appreciates like endurance, capability, resilience more than anything. And even he was like, he looked at him and goes, "Oh, I guess well, you're gonna be I guess I'm your rival too." Like he looked at us and said, and I was like, that's a cool guy right there who can like
Mhm.
look and see someone's potential.
Yeah.
And that's all he cares about, not where you came from or what you can do now. And
Mhm.
even he had some struggles with his magic ability when he was a kid, and he had to like really hone it in. I think gives a lot of weight to what he said to Noel when he's like, "It's," and this line I think is probably the best line so far. Is it doesn't matter being being there's no shame in being weak. He says this to Noel. There's no shame in being weak. There's only shame in staying weak, and I really like
Mhm.
that. I like that line. So as far
Yeah.
as
And you can,
captains go, going
yeah,
on.
you can see that phrase being used without it actually being said throughout the entire series too. It's really nice to see it, the build up on that. With the fight with Legoleon and he when he goes into the like other dimension,
Yeah.
who do you, without spoiling anything, who do you think that was?
Well, I think, I mean, I guess I don't know for sure, but I thought it was implied that it was Lit, leader of the
Mm,
Midnight Sun. But you asking me that question now makes me think that well, we know that Lit has someone he reports
mhm,
to, someone that is a higher rank than him. So perhaps, and we hear Lick say, those demon swords that you have belong to the master. So I'm wondering if it's the leader of the elf tribe. That's my guess. I don't know for sure. I thought it was licked, but
yeah.
I'm wrong with that. Or another thought could be it might be. Wait, this is way out there, but maybe it's the original Wizard King.
Oh, okay. I like your assumption.
Um,
Oh yeah. I like that assumption.
but yeah. Anyway, I don't. Yeah, that's what I think. Those are my top choices. It's either Lick's Master, or the original Wizard King. And the only reason why I'm leaning towards the original Wizard King is because Fuegoleon goes, you. And so, and that tells me that would be like, who would he know that, be surprised by it? Like, Lick seems to be a mystery. No one really knows who he is. Um, who Lick's master is. I mean, we haven't seen him yet, and not really sure who he is. But I could
Mhm,
see Fuegoleon being like, you, like the original Wizard King, because I'm sure they have paintings or statues, and like he can, see that and goes be surprised. So
Yeah.
yeah.
that's what.
Yeah. For but back to your original question, my favorite captain, without spoiling anything, they haven't appeared yet. um,
Can
they
you
are
describe?
they are a captain for a brief moment. Not brief
Are
moment,
you
but like
talking about the big guy?
no, not the big guy. The she's a girl.
Let's go.
Oh,
Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
you. That's
Adam,
what I was
yeah.
talking about earlier. That's what I was talking about earlier.
Oh, that's
okay.
what you're talking about earlier. Oh, okay.
Yes.
I thought you were talking
Okay.
about the other one. Okay. Yeah.
No, no, no,
She's your
no.
favorite?
Captain,
She's my favorite for sure. As far
Captain was,
as captains go, yes. Yes. She is.
but for Captain that we can actually talk about,
Yes, captain that we can
my
actually talk about.
but mine is Jack the Ripper.
Oh yes, Jack.
Oh, yeah.
But he's
Jack the
just as
Ripper.
annoying he's just as annoying as Seke.
I
No.
No, no, no,
Yeah, who
no.
you talking about? Root beer. Are you talking about haha?
Yeah. Haha.
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 What is
And then you
haha
have
doing
Sake.
here? Haha, my name isn't haha. It's Sake. Haha. He's such a douchebag, and he's still. Chase, you said that he gets better. I'm 70 episodes in.
He gets better. I mean, you need to be in the hundreds for him to get better.
Yeah.
He does get better, slightly better. Not like 100 better, but like slightly
I
better.
wonder if Jack the Ripper picked him because they both have every time they say something, they both have a cackle. Like he says haha, and Jack the Ripper says kia kia. Like
Yep.
at least that's what yeah. So
Just like
I'm
with
wondering.
like. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, I wonder if he picks people based on their weird follow-up catchphrase. You know, like that's so like yep, he fits right in.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, I love the Jack the Ripper. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, just like the rivalry that he has with Yami.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he's been in prison before at some point because I mean he's just trying to cut everybody and shank the shit out of them. But no, I love crazy ass characters like that, and especially like when they're like badass and just.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, obviously his backstory obviously comes later, and I was just like, oh, okay, makes a lot more sense why he is the way he is. So, but yeah, Jack the Ripper. But yeah, for the one that we can talk about. So Lance, you keep watching so we can talk
Yeah.
about the greatness that we want to discuss.
100%. And then as far as my favorite captain that we can talk about, I'll probably say Real, just because of his background. The way
Real. Yes.
yeah,
Ooh,
Real's so cool.
Which one's real?
Mm.
I'm forgetting.
Maybe we
Painter.
can't talk about it. I don't know.
Maybe not. No, I don't think
The-
Real was introduced until like middle of season 2.
Maybe. Yeah. He's one of the captains at the entrance exam.
I'm just now starting the entrance exam.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he's
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've met the fake. Oh God, what's his name? The vice captain, the guy with the red hair, who's pretending to be a Zergster or Zorg or something like that.
Who?
You talking about the purple orcas?
So the guy who's pretending to be the vice captain of the Purple Orcas, he has red hair, he has a black mask with the sharp teeth.
Oh.
Oh.
Zoro.
He's a great character too.
Zoro, I believe is his name.
Yeah, I think so. You're that far, huh? Okay.
Zora is his name.
Zora. Yeah, you're that far.
Yeah.
Dude,
His
Zora is a badass.
His powers
His
are cool, too.
backstory.
His backstory, yeah.
Is
Great.
I was like,
I'm gonna ask this, and I don't want an answer, but like, is he actually a Magic Knight, or is he, or because like he just came out of nowhere and
Beat some people up.
Yeah.
beat some.
he
I'm
bust
like-
some ass.
Yeah.
Like, and no one seems to know who he like. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, the vice captain. He comes from the edge of the kingdom, so no one really sees him. So like, I don't know. It's just he sort of came out of nowhere, out of left field, and I'm not sure. Like nobody knows who he is. So especially they don't know he's pretending to be somebody he's not.
Yeah. I mean, we all know the answer, but we won't say anything.
Yeah, we're not gonna spoil it.
Hey, you better grind for that information. I keep telling you, Lance. Just, you
Dude,
keep watching.
I watched so many when Asta lost his arms.
Mm.
There, I text Chase and I went, I don't want to know, but please tell me it's going to be okay because I can't. I don't want to see. I don't want to see Asta fighting with his feet. You know, holding.
He could have done the Zoro three sword method and just have one in his teeth.
Yeah, right.
No, he could just been Sanji. See,
Sanji.
look at it. He could just been Sanji, just kicking everybody. He's strong enough. Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm watching episode after, like I am binging it, but like that one, I was like, I always remember it happened. I was like, I got to stay up late. I got to get to an episode where everything's fine.
Don't worry, it's fine.
And I skipped. Like, normally, I don't skip intros and like epilogues, but I was like skipping, trying to like cut off the minutes so I could get there as soon as possible.
That's funny. And Lance, I know we already talked about this off podcast, but what do you think about the first time you see the Wizard King's powers? Like, because like that was like one of the first moments where I was like blown away by like how powerful,
Julius
how strong he is.
Novachrono.
That's what I'm saying. There's a reason he's a Wizard King.
That last name is lit as fuck. Novachrono.
Yeah.
He came out there, dude. Like I'm glad I found a GIF of the exact moment, but like he just come out and goes, "Hey guys," and then blasts two of them away into the fucking wall. I was like, "What the hell?" These have been several captains have struggling together against these people, and he just blasts two of them away without even thinking twice, and he freezes the other ones in time. Yeah, no wonder he gets results because he's at a whole nother level of what he can do.
And there's a moment like where you really like later on in the anime, but you really see how powerful he is. I'll say this for the double atoms, but like when they look up, yeah, it's just insane, man.
Yeah, it's pretty wild to see Julius, because he's just like a mysterious back character. It seems like he runs the show of the anime for a while.
Yeah,
everything into place, and I mean, God, this is Lance. You need to catch up, man. What I want to like ask you is like going to spoil it, and I'm not going to do that. So we're gonna sidestep that.
I know it's so hard. It's so hard because Lance started his journey so much later than I feel like us three. So like he's getting through a lot of the mainstream good animes, but like for a year there, we took a detour on all the like the cultured anime, as I would say, the Shinkai films and the Yu-Gi-Ohs and.
You guys had
get that.
So,
I will say the Yu-Gi-Oh movie is one of my favorites because of how fun it was.
Yeah.
Like
it's fun.
Technically bad. It's technically bad, but
100%.
But I enjoyed watching it. That's the thing. Like
yeah, there's a lot of animes like that. But there's so much that happens in even the first 60 episodes that it's just insane. But like as much as you see like us three wanting to talk about what happens later on, you can tell like it just gets so much better, right? Like there's so much more stuff that happens and so much more character progression. But right now, what do you think your favorite arc has been, Lance?
My favorite arc so far. Interesting. I mean, I've really enjoyed all of it so far, but yeah, like really pick and I don't feel because everything flows so well. It's almost to me the arc is just Asta's specifically journey becoming more and more powerful in this world. So like I feel like everything else is just like a little mini arc, and it all serves that end of just seeing Asta's progression.
Yeah.
But that's a really tough question. I did enjoy I did enjoy the fight in the Forest of Witches
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
the Asta unlock a new ability, which is I. There's just can you all right? Here's just a question, and
Hello.
so they call it anti-magic, right? But
Yeah.
anti-magic seems to be its own type of like magic, right? Because he so is it really he doesn't have magic? Because he's the only one that like I'm sorry, I know I'm maybe splitting hairs here, but like he's the only one that can wield the sword, and the sword gives him untold power that we see. Like he can morph into a half demon or whatever that is, and he can fly through the air and go. Like, does he really not have magic? Is that? I mean, I don't. If you guys can't answer,
Keep going. That's all I can say. Really.
Keep going. Yeah.
You keep
Going.
going.
What I would also advise you doing is pay attention. As annoying as it is, pay attention to the descriptions of the Clover books.
Yeah.
okay.
It's mentioned many
So-
times in the entire series, but like it is annoying to see what they're talking about up to the like where we're all at.
Okay. When you say descriptions, are you talking about like the clovers themselves? Or are you talking about like how dirt, like his grimoire is really dirty and filthy? It's like that. Are you talking about that or?
No, the description of the Clovers itself. Yeah, like for each grimoire, why each meaning of the Clover, what that means specifically.
Okay. Yeah. They do bring that up a lot. Okay. Pay attention to that. All right.
Yeah.
Because that's
But-
going to lead into where we're at.
Yeah.
There's so much with that I want to talk about. Oh my God.
It's like painful. This is like a painful one for everybody.
Oh God.
I'm sorry I couldn't watch 200 plus episodes faster.
You should be sorry. I'm
You know, it
just-
came out it started 2017, airing as 2024. You son of a motherfucker. If you do not do a part 2 to this later
We'll do a part
I
2.
bet I have to be there to talk about it because me and Chase, we talked like texted a little bit about it, and
Yeah.
hey, what God, please.
There will be a part 2. Is it still ongoing? Is it
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Season 5.
the anime's been on hiatus for what, like sometime like was it before COVID or what, or after? But it stopped. It's been at 170 forever. But just whenever you get up, just you'll have to read it.
Yeah. I've
And
been
like
reading
I was
it.
saying earlier, it's like coming out like a chapter like every like 2 or 3 months now. Like they're not super focused on it, which I don't like. The thing I don't understand like why the anime they stop animating it, because like anytime like on like TikTok or somebody was like talking about Black Clover, like I mean like Megan Thee Stallion, she's like, oh, I love Black Clover, just like I mean like celebrities talking about they watch anime. I don't know
Yeah.
like how much I believe like how much they watch because Weeb. But
100%.
but
I mean,
yeah, I like it was just
it's
so
probably
popular.
it's probably to catch up with like so they don't want the anime to catch up to the source material.
It did though. That's why they stopped back then. Like it
Yeah.
caught up. They did,
Yeah.
but like it's been on hiatus for like
4 years.
like 2 to 4 years now. Yeah. What you said, man.
Yeah.
But it's just
I'm good with
like I like at this point, like I'm like when it does come back out with like all like the new animes that are like I mean like with JJK and Kaiju #8, like all these new like I mean I don't know when it's gonna be a good time for it to come back because it's just like
I thought they were coming out with a movie? No, they already came out the movie, didn't they? Black
Yeah,
Clover, Sword
yeah.
of the Wizard King. Yeah. Okay.
Hold up, what?
Yeah, there's a movie.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Netflix, man. Come on.
I know Netflix. I gotcha. Yeah.
All right, I'll watch
Um,
it tomorrow.
yeah, there we
But,
go.
we hadn't even like the other Black Bulls. Like, what I mean, like, what do you think about them, Lance? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
well, and
You
talk a
mean
little bit
Magna?
about Gordon. Yeah,
Yeah.
So
like just I mean, just like the other
I
ones.
yeah. And I have a question that goes with that too, Lance. But
Hmm.
I'll let you answer that question first.
what do I think of all the other Black? I mean, I really like them all. Like Gordon, as people, as characters, I think they're all great. I think I think that is the best group that Asta. Like I don't feel like Asta got what do you want to say, like pity partied into that group. Like he actually fits in with that. That was the right place for him. He wouldn't have fit in with the gold. He wouldn't have fit in with the
Yeah.
green praying mantises, the purple, or any of those others. Black Bulls is where he belongs. So like, I think that that's a really good fit for him, and all the characters really support that. In regards to the stories I've seen so far, like what do I think of them? I think they all have much more to give, and I believe that they haven't had the opportunity to really do that. So like Vanessa's experience with Asta and Beto, motivating her to go back to her homeland, try and help him. Like those are things that really showcase who they are as characters. Like all of them being willing, even the weird guy who I forget his name, but he's like in love with his sister.
Oh yeah.
Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah.
Okay.
Ghost.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and
That's a good
Gordon
one.
sort of, and this is stuff that I would have missed if I didn't have the subtitles or the captions on. Is Ghosh really, he acts all like, like emo, like I'm just gonna cover one eye, and I only care about my sister, but he really does. I mean, clearly he cares about Asta and like his nosebleed. That's the thing that he calls out, like his nosebleeds. He has those nosebleeds towards people he cares about, and he has nosebleeds while trying to research, cures for Asta. So like, I feel like Ghosh has more to tell too, but they're all great. I mean, here's one thing I text Chase, really make it more succinct. I text Chase and I said that when they all work together as a team, I don't think there's another squad who's more powerful. Because of how well they work. When they work together, they can accomplish great things. Now, I haven't seen other squads work together, so that could be off base, but that's what I think. I think as a team, they're probably the most powerful than the rest
Yeah.
of the matches.
Yep. And that leads into my question for you, Lance, too. Like, which and like at this point, which Black Bull do you think is the weakest?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Yeah.
See, it's hard because I haven't seen everyone. Like, I haven't seen Gordon's powers. I've gotten to see Gray's powers.
You haven't seen Gordon Powers yet? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Gordon doesn't really do a lot as
Yeah,
far
it's
as
true.
power
Yeah.
middle to end season 2.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Who do I think is the weakest? It's a tough. Maybe
It's Chase.
Yeah.
I'd almost.
I had my idea at this point. Like the point you are in the anime, I had my idea too. So
I think okay. So I would before the witches battle, I probably would have said Vanessa. I probably would have said Vanessa because like she has thread magic, and I'm like, but can she like knit a blanket or something? I mean, it's like
jeez, Lance.
Don't disrespect my
That's
my
very
alcohol buddy.
disrespectful.
Don't disrespect my alcohol queen. I would
Yeah.
turn up with her any day.
But but seeing her when she went up against Witch Queen and how she was able to like negate that sort of that blood magic that was controlling Asta. Um, that sort of elevator is like, okay, there's more to her than I initially thought. So that leads me to think like, I mean, of the powers we've seen, Gray, I think, because what can he do? But he can transform himself and he can transform other things. But like, that's you know,
You
is that wrong?
Well, no.
Wait, what?
Don't spoil anything. Don't spoil anything. Don't spoil anything.
Yeah, he hasn't got to it yet, so
He hasn't got to it yet. AJ, he hasn't
No,
got to
no,
it.
no. I didn't. I just didn't hear what he said. No, I would.
Say Gray. I think
my
when I
girlfriend's
have
the
to
same
far,
way.
I'm going to say Gray. And I'm taking
Gray.
Gordon. I'm removing Gordon from the equation because, like, I don't know. He's not done anything. So,
Yeah.
and I assume he
I
has.
didn't know you haven't got to that yet. Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. I was gonna spoil so much about that. Goodness
Don't do it.
gracious.
Don't do it.
I know. No, I'm not. But
About her power?
no,
Or
no,
Gordon?
no. About yeah. About yeah.
He asked
Stop.
me who I thought the weakest was, and like right now, I think. I mean, I don't. I'm going to say not Gray because I haven't seen what Gordon can or can't do.
AJ, don't say anything about
No,
his
no, I
power.
wasn't saying anything. I just didn't. I just didn't hear what Lance had said.
Yes, I
Yeah.
heard
Yeah, like he said something
Wait.
funny, and then you guys were cracking up, and I was just like,
Yeah.
I didn't hear what
Here,
you said.
here. I'm gonna text you so you don't, because like you might spoil it without trying to spoil it.
Yeah.
Because it's like.
It's what he said.
Oh, you're texting me. I was just like, man, that ain't in
Yeah.
Discord, you liar.
Yeah, sorry, I'm texting you.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wasn't
No,
even
but
like
yeah.
wasn't even on my mind, is what I was saying. Like I was
that's
just
what
like,
I'm saying. Like you didn't know. So
okay.
yeah.
Well,
I didn't know like he wasn't to that point though. Like that's insane.
okay.
When is gosh. Okay.
It's
We'll
coming
go.
up though.
Yeah, it's coming up, but like I don't want to spoil it. So it's just
Lance's anticipation, just sitting here like smiling. What are you guys talking about?
I'm so in the dark about what's going on. It's like what you're like all the stuff you're saying, but not saying,
I
is like.
know. We're
Well, no,
trying
the
to.
thing, like the thing with my girlfriend, like she doesn't mind spoilers. I was like, no, the whole point of the show is to find stuff out on your own, and then when you do, you're just like, oh my god, and like I'm super hard with like One Piece with her.
Yeah.
Because one of her best friend, like he said something a couple months ago. I mean, she's pregnant right now, so I mean, she doesn't remember shit anyway. So respectfully, but even when she was like, but I'm just like, he said something that was so crazy in One Piece, and he's like, we were in Indy that's why we got back so late, and
Oh yeah.
he had said, so I was just like, what? No, but she doesn't even remember, but
Yeah.
she's like over 300 episodes in, so she's getting to that point. So,
Oh, nice.
but yeah, I don't like spoiling people.
Good. Yeah, because I knew you don't like spoiling people, but like the things that I knew you were gonna say like would have spoiled it. Switching gears so we don't spoil that.
No, spoil it. No, I'm kidding.
No, yeah. I asked you this earlier, Lance, but I'm pretty sure this has happened already. Does have a companion?
Yes, yeah, he
Okay,
has.
cool. Let's making sure.
He has an annoying pixie spirit, wind spirit. Just will not shut up. You promised you'd take me on a date. Why would you rather go do this? I'm gonna make why don't you smile? Yeah, I've seen her.
You don't like her?
No.
Oh.
Fuck your little ass up. Don't worry about it, little fairy fucker.
I'm just curious because like when I asked you the first time, you weren't that far yet.
At the time, she wasn't like no. He got her in the dungeon. So that
Oh
was
yeah,
when
that's right.
Asta got his second sword, which I could have swore Asta got a third sword at some point, but maybe I'm mistaken, or maybe that was just because I have only seen, like, I saw the one sword, I saw the second sword, and I said I think he got a third sword, but I've only seen two swords get brought up.
2 swords.
Yeah,
Just
it's
two
only 2
swords.
swords. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's only
third.
2.
Yeah, that's only 2.
Yeah.
Okay. But so yeah, that where Asta got his second, got his spirit magic when he picked up when they were in the treasure room. He picked up that book, and the spell that's in a language that even he couldn't read transferred to his grimoire. So
Gotcha. Lance,
Yeah.
this is another question. I don't know if I can ask it.
Text it to me and ask. Text me real quick.
Yeah. I'll text if I can ask this question. 'Cause it might spoil. I don't know.
Is it past the
Oh
Royal
yeah.
Knights?
Can I ask that question?
Hold on. I'll tell you in a second. Go ahead and answer what Root Beer asked. I think it was Root Beer that asked, or was that Lance talking?
I think it's Lance talking.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading. Somebody was talking, and I was reading Chase's text. I was just like, "Whoops." Yeah, great. Yeah, you go ahead with that, and I'll research.
I was just gonna say whatever you're gonna ask, as long as it's not after the Royal Knights competition. Specifically, the first fight where Asta, Mimosa, and Zorg, whatever his name, Ash Magic guy, Zora. As long as it's not past that point, I don't know. I mean,
Well, I
you can
don't
ask
know,
me.
so that's why I was I was asking AJ. It's so weird calling you AJ. I've never called you AJ once in my life.
You called him Black Adam.
I know.
And I've known you 10 plus years.
Yes, crazy, right?
he is in my phone as Black Adam. So
Well, he's Asian chasing. He's Asian chasing my phone. It's been that way since I was
yeah, it's been that way a long time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you can't talk about that, Chase.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I just wanted to ask that question in a way that wouldn't spoil anything, because I'm just curious, like, but it is what it is. Like, obviously, there's more.
Well, no episode. What episode are you on?
Let
Lance?
me get you the official answer, because I'm like,
I thought you said like 70 or 71.
Yeah, let me just open it up right here. If I were to go start it right now,
You're probably close to my favorite captain then, if you're that far in.
So I am about to start episode 75.
Okay, yeah, you can talk about it, Chase.
Oh, okay. You sure?
Yeah, I'm 100%.
How many Black Bulls are there, Lance?
Black Bull.
Yeah.
That's a good question.
So there's not as many as there is in other squads, apparently, because so there's Magna, there's Luck, there's Vanessa, there's Gray, there is Gordon, so that's 5. Then there is Noel, that's 6. So Asa's 7. Yami is 8. I feel like I'm missing 1 or 2, but I'm gonna say like 8.
Do you say Charmy? You say Charmy?
Oh, Charmy, that's not. Yeah, Charmy's 9. I think that's it. Have I missed anyone that?
Okay. Okay. I'll just say okay.
I think there's
like you can't like super talk about it. You can.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
I was just curious. Hold on.
That's all you want to know is how many Black Bulls are there? Yeah. So I've seen. I feel like there's more.
Finral. You say Finral?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Finral 10.
Yeah,
so.
Finral. Okay. I was just curious.
And Fenrir got Riz.
Finral does got Riz. Kind of. He thinks he got Riz.
Listen, Aha does. That's for
Aha.
sure.
Oh, the one I was gonna say is the one I think is the weakest Black Bull until like the one I was thinking of like at this point was Magna. I thought he was super weak.
Really?
Compared
You
to
thought Magna was weak?
Magna is weak. What do you mean?
did you not
Yes.
see him?
He's
Did you
like,
not see his move?
At this point, 70 episodes in, Magna is weak.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. But Chase can't talk about it.
But like, wait a minute. When you say okay, but like, what are you defining as weak? Because like
Weak. He's weak.
Gray, what can Gray do by comparison?
Any
I
other
don't see
character.
Gray throwing Fireball.
Compared to
Don't
any
be
other character.
disrespect.
No,
Don't
Magna's
be
Magna's
disrespecting
weak.
baseball now.
I'm not
Don't be
disrespecting baseball.
disrespecting
I'm not disrespecting baseball. I'm disrespecting the character that thinks it's cool to use baseball as your power.
especially for the time.
Hey, but hey, man,
Yeah, for the time. Yeah, the time too.
man, if he had the strength of Barry Bonds, man, we wouldn't even be having this
If he had the
discussion.
strength, but he
Steroids
doesn't. He's weak.
and all. Steroids and all.
I will die on this hill that Magna is weak.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I would.
I find it. I was really, to kind of circle back to earlier on.
Yeah.
It's funny to me how Magna talks a big game, but like we find out that Asta's actually improved a rank ahead of him. He's like junior. He's like junior mage level 3 or level. I think like junior mage level 3, probably higher at this point. And Magna's still at the base level, like basic, just starting out, even though he's been in the Magic Knight longer. So like I'd say he's not weak. I'd say he's unmotivated.
That's fair. That's fair. But he's still weak. Weak and
And
unmotivated.
he's, like motivated. He wants to keep up with
Luck.
Thank you. So he has that going for him, but like Luck's like a lot more hungry for it than
Luck's just crazy.
yeah.
When you
Luck's
get introduced
insane.
to those characters, you look at them and you can sit here and say Magna's weak, and like when you get first introduced, Luck is by far the strongest character out of the
By
Black Bull.
far the strongest.
Out the gate. I wouldn't, for me personally, I wouldn't say Magna was weak. Like Finral to me was like, dude, why are you here?
Finral? You think Finral was weak? Is weak? How?
Chase, like he moves, he can like go, okay, let's move this bag over to here. Okay, cool. Let's move the bag back. Like that's what he can do.
Oh,
We haven't seen.
I'm thinking of that moment. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'll stop there. But like,
but like, that was my take. It was like, who's the weakest? Okay, Finral. I didn't care for Finral at first, but like his character development grows and it gets better. Magna, I felt like he was in the middle of being strongest. Vanessa was definitely lower than Magna for me, but that's because she was just some drunkard at the fortress,
Yeah, for sure. Always half naked and drunk.
Exactly. Like Lance said, you can't really count Gordon because he didn't really do much.
Yeah,
wished about stuff, but that was my take.
I was saying this too to Lance. Like I honestly would have put Noelle into the weakest category, not because she is weak, but because she can't control it. Right.
Right.
So like she has no battle prowess. She can't help at all.
Yeah.
Unless she just fires and like hope it lands.
Right.
But she does have. I mean, I'll say when she does have some good accuracy is when Asta does something that makes her nervous, and so she shoots him with that geyser that just flings him into the air.
Yeah.
She never misses on that.
Oh God.
I know.
Awesome.
I know. I know. There's so much I want to talk about. Lance, you got to get through this. Well, so we're getting close to. We're probably at an hour, but because my nephew and niece are probably gonna be here anytime. But
Yep.
my game plan is, Lance, I'm gonna finish Soul Eater, so we can talk about that next time. But then if you can finish Black Clover by 2 weeks from now, we can do another Black Clover. But I think I can finish Soul Eater, which is like 50 episodes, right?
It's
Yeah,
50. That no 47. I don't think it's in the 50s for Soul Eater.
Yeah.
It was around 50, but I don't think it was above it.
Okay. Because I am more excited to watch Soul Eater now because I don't know. I don't want to spoil it for anybody. Has anyone seen never mind. I can't say it. It's frustrating.
What?
Anime.
Yeah, it's just anime. No one's probably gonna remember this besides people that listened to it just now. But has anyone watched Fire Force yet?
Well,
No.
say yes.
Have you finished Fire Force?
I mean, with what's out, anyways.
What do you mean with what's out? It's
Well,
over.
no, I meant like anime wise. No,
Oh,
anime.
okay.
Fire Force, I haven't read it any far, but the third season's gonna be coming out
Yeah, Fire Force is lit.
pretty soon.
But well, because like, I'm excited for Soul Eater because the same person that made Soul Eater made Fire Force. So
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, I'm watching Dr. Stone right now, so I'll,
yeah, Dr. Stone's great too. Lance needs to watch Dr.
Yeah.
Stone. There's so many. Lance, we need to switch from obscure animes to mainstream animes because everybody's watching mainstream animes.
Kaiju
No,
number
I
8.
Kaiju number
Call
8.
me.
Yes.
When
But Pete-
you do that, call me, please.
Well, Lance, you've watched Kaiju number 8, right?
I have watched Kaiju. I do like Kaiju number 8. I am
Yeah.
Kaiju number 8 when it gets released. I'm also excited for ReZero season 3.
Yes, that's coming out.
I know that like an episode got dropped, but I'm just not even gonna bother searching for it because I'm gonna wait.
All right. They
That's
are
what
on
I'm
their way.
excited for.
So I gotta dip.
One final question because you and I talk about this, Chase. I want to get like
Yeah.
Adam Squared's opinion. So, shonen or romance?
Omniscient reader. Oh, just play.
Omniscient reader. Yes, you're welcome. By the way.
Love you.
Are you asking the
You
question to us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like shonen or romance. Like, do you feel like once like romance is better than shonen? Do you feel like
Personally, I'm kind of I can be on both sides of that coin. I think I lean a little bit more heavily to shonen. There's not a lot of romance ones I've watched. Obscure animes I've seen. I watched a Centaur's Life, which was only like 8 to 12 episodes, and it was bizarre.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't watched a lot of romance ones. My wife
Perfect one
I
for
think
you.
has, but yeah, I
Romance
haven't.
was great.
Watch Quintessential Quintuplets.
Yeah. That one's amazing.
It's so good.
So good. All right, they are
It's not
literally
long either.
they're literally at my door, Lance. I'm sorry. I
Right,
got
all right.
Bye-bye.
but we will definitely do a part 2 to this once Lance finishes it. I think the game plan, Lance, if you're cool with it, is to do Soul Eater next. I will finish that, and then we do part 2 the next week if you can.
Yeah, I can have it done by in 2 weeks.
All right.
At the rate
Sounds
I'm
good.
going, yeah, I can be done. So
It's only 100 episodes.
and if I'm not going to, I will stay up all fucking night. To finish it.
As long as my daughter doesn't arrive in that time, then I'm good for in 2 weeks.
Sounds good. Alrighty, guys. We will watch and record Soul Eater next.
Bye.